Hello, guys. Good afternoon to you all. I'm back. We're spilling some hot US immigration law tea. It's been a long while. I'm sorry. I've been doing my very best to keep you guys updated through short, quick videos. But today we're here live. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. I get this question many times during my consultations, in my legal representation of immigrants. People ask, attorney, is there a way I can get a driver's license without being documented? So in this video, we're going to be discussing which states give driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants. So if you're here as an immigrant and you're undocumented, there are some states that will allow you to drive. Okay, so the 10th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives the states the power to make these rules for themselves, and it's known as power is not granted to the U.S. are reserved to the states or to the people. That's how it's couched, the 10th Amendment. So the states have the powers to decide, what am I going to demand of these people if I allow them to drive, or would I even allow them to drive in the first place? Okay, so guys, let's dive right into it. We're going to be looking at the 16 states. We have, of course, 50 states in the US, and then we're going to be looking at the states that allow undocumented people to have, I'm sorry, my phones are blowing up, to have driver's licenses, even though they do not have authority or permission to be on the United States soil. Okay, so let me open this up. All right. Okay, so 16 states and the DC, the District of Columbia, as you know, that's the capital of the US, they have enacted laws to allow undocumented immigrants to obtain driver's licenses. So we're going to list these states, and then we'll briefly look at a couple of the states and what they will require from you in order to get, to be issued or to have these licenses issued to you. The states that allow this are California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. Okay, so clearly there are some states that are visibly missing from this. Ohio is in part. Alabama is not here as well. North Carolina also visibly missing. South Carolina also missing. So these are the states that will give you your driver's license, despite the fact that you do not have legal authority to be here. So when we talk about being issued a driver's license, in the other states where you are required to have documentation, you should prove legal presence. Legal presence means that you're a U.S. citizen, you're a green card holder, or you have authorization to live in the U.S. So, for example, you can be on an F1 visa. You have permission to be here in the U.S. So, even sometimes on for example, B2 visa, some states will give B2 visitors, the people who are here on the tourist visas, or for pleasure. Sometimes you are here for a while, like for 4 months or 5 months, and you need a driver's license to make your life comfortable. So a state like Texas will give a B2 visa holder a special driver's license or permit to allow them to move comfortably. So let me scroll down, and then we can take a look at some of the requirements of some of the states. So we can probably take a look at Maryland. Okay, so we can do Maryland and Virginia. Yes, I'm biased. I'm right in Virginia, so why not? Yeah, let's take a look at Maryland. So in Maryland, this law was enacted in 2013. Kudos to Maryland, because Virginia just enacted the law in 2020. So Maryland started long ago. Guys, drop me a comment. Let me know you guys are watching, where you're watching from, and then I'll read the comments soon. So in Maryland, this law authorizes the issuance of driver's licenses to those who do not have lawful status or a valid social security number. New applicants must provide evidence that the applicant has filed 2 years of Maryland income tax returns or proof of residency, or have been claimed as a dependent by an individual who has filed Maryland income tax returns. The licenses are not valid for federal identification purposes. Okay, so that's we have the limits of the ID that are provided. They are not valid for federal identification purposes. So it's not an ID for federal purposes. And we have some take-home lessons. Remember, as an undocumented immigrant, it's always good to pay your taxes, because when new rules and new laws come, they would usually favor those who have been paying taxes and who have documentary evidence of payment of taxes, both on the state and the federal level. So here you see that you must provide evidence that you, as the applicant, if you are looking to take advantage of Maryland laws, you should have been paying taxes. You should have filed your taxes for the past 2 years. Okay, Maryland income tax returns, and then you can also show proof of residency. So sometimes you can take maybe a mortgage or a lease agreement or a utility bill. Of course, that has your name. Or if you don't file taxes, then you should have been claimed been claimed by somebody who lists you as the dependent on their tax returns. Then you can benefit from this issuance of a driver's license, even though you don't have lawful status or you don't have permission to be on the United States soil. I mean, guys, these people understand what the hassle means. Like, the fact that somebody is undocumented doesn't mean that they're not working, or they shouldn't go about their normal duties, because of course people are undocumented but still wake up and do what they're supposed to do. So it's interesting how the law operates. Like, you would think that they would say, look, you're undocumented, so you shouldn't. What are you even using a car for? Where are you driving to? Are you going to work? They don't really I mean, they're going to give it to you. How you utilize it, just make sure you're using it in the right way, and whatever. So that's for Maryland. Let's go to Virginia. That's my base. So let's see what Virginia is requiring. Guys, we're spilling the tea. Please join in. Where is Virginia? All the way at the bottom. Virginia is such a late comer. Okay, right here. Let me scroll down some more, and then we have it right here. Perfect. All right, guys. So right here. So for Virginia, as I told you guys, this law was enacted in 2020. And this law creates a driving privilege card. Okay, that's what a card is known as, a driving privilege card or permit for applicants who do not meet the requirements for a driver's license or permit. And the applicant must have reported income and deductions from Virginia sources, or of course been claimed as a dependent, okay, on an individual income tax return filed in the preceding 12 months. So you should have been claimed, either you've reported income taxes or deductions from Virginia sources, or you may have been claimed as a dependent. So somebody else is, filing, saying that you are their dependent, you're not working and you depend on them. And the person, of course, lives in Virginia, so on an individual income tax return. And this income tax should have been filed 12 months before your application, in the preceding 12 months, and you may not be in violation of the insurance requirements. Applicants may not be required to present proof of legal presence in the United States. So they won't tell you, look, go bring a visa or go bring your green card. A driver privilege card or permit will expire on the applicant's second birthday following the date of issuance. So guys, it's quite interesting. The reason they do this is to make sure that you don't forget when you have to renew it. When it's on your birthday, you remember, oh my goodness, my driver's license will expire on my birthday or close to my birthday or whatever. So it's a way to remind you. Pretty smart. Yeah, so it will expire on your second birthday following the date of issuance. So if it was issued in, let's say your birthday is 1st January 2021, then it will expire on 1st January 2023. Okay, so your second birthday, I'm sorry, no, so it will be your second birthday following the date of issuance. Okay, so it was, yeah, that's right. It was issued on 1st January 2021. Then your first birthday following the date of issuance would be 1st January 2022, and your second birthday following the date of issuance would be 1st January 2023. So most likely 2023. But of course, you always have to look on the card to know when it expires. And a driver privilege card or permit will expire. Okay, yeah, we said that. The front of a driver privilege card or permit must be identical in appearance to a driver's license or permit that is not a real ID credential. And the back of the card or permit, hold on, let me scroll up. We're done. Actually, yeah, we're just taking a look at 2 states, and then we are done. Okay, so let me analyze it. Okay, so and the back of the card must be identical in appearance to the restriction on the back of a limited duration license, permit, or special identification card. So of course, the card will have characteristics and features that screams out to anybody that looks at it, to know that, look, this is a restricted permit. It has confines, it has limits. It's not an absolute right to just, use for anything or go anywhere or whatever. So it has issuance limits and confines. Okay, guys. Pretty much that's it. As usual, we're keeping it short and sweet. So I'm happy to have come your way. Let me take this off. I hope that I can come your way again tomorrow. I hope you guys have benefited from this video. And yeah, that's it. The list of the 16 states, including, of course, DC, that allow undocumented immigrants to, obtain driver's licenses. All right, guys. So till I come your way again, I will see you, and take care and be safe. All right, bye.